Mad doggy dog in the bazilding. What the hell is going on, people? 125 likes, I think, in that Fury video. Jesus, hit a raw nerve there. You know what I mean? A lot of people feeling the same way that I feel. A lot of people just, can't take the taste of Fury's nutsack out of their mouth. Do you know what I'm saying? Because it's just they've just got that Moorish taste in the back of their throat, and they don't want anything like. Do you know what I mean? It's like when you offer someone a mint and they're like, nah, nah, I'm cool. I got a nice taste in my mouth. Do you know what I mean? Those gypsy ball sweat, it just, you know what I mean? It gets addictive. It's a bit like Pringles, bro. It's a bit like what do they call it? MSG, that stuff that Chinese people put in the food and that to make it taste addictive. But anyway, aside from that. Hello and welcome to the new subscribers. Appreciate your patronage, and hopefully I can keep you entertained or at least give you some matters that are worthy of debate. Big news coming out at the moment. December 23rd, Saudi Arabia, Riyadh season, Turkey Al Sheikh, MBS, all of them are doing it big once again, once again. Yeah. Rumors are Anthony Joshua versus Otto Wallin. Otto Wallin coming off a pretty big win, I guess, against Gassiev in Russia. Gassiev obviously moved up to heavyweight. And Wallin hasn't really done a lot since the Fury fight, but he seems to have picked up this legendary status after giving Fury a good scrap. And he's a southpaw. Joshua got experience from boxing 24 rounds against the best southpaw on the planet. Potentially the best heavyweight southpaw in history. Get in the comments if there's someone I'm missing. But yeah, in Alexander Usyk. So Joshua versus Wallin, that's a decent scrap, right? And it's not an elite scrap. It's not Joshua versus Wilder, but Wilder potentially also on the card against none other than Joseph Parker. Do you know what I mean? I was tempted to put in the full Samoan name there, and then I realized that number one, I don't know what it is, and number two, I probably butchered the pronunciation. So Joseph Parker, it is, right? Um, Joseph Parker. The irony is, if he beats him, it'll probably be the best win on Wilder's record. Like, it's a better win than Luis Ortiz, right? Joseph Parker's the next world champion. Um, and yeah, probably the only ex-world champion on Wilder's record, other than the guy who he took the title off, being Bermane Stiverne, who himself was like picked up a vacant title. And was the mayor of Bum City. But Joseph Parker is washed, bro, washed. Like, when like you put a t-shirt through the wash, do you know what I'm saying? And it's like, and it's been through the wash a good few times, right? And then now it's like the logo is worn, like you can't even see, like, do you know what I mean? You might have gone on, like, bro, I got this t-shirt, yeah, from Harvard. You know what I mean? I did the Harvard tour. And I brought the t-shirt thinking, yeah, I'll bop around my Harvard t-shirt. Some people might think I've got a couple of brain cells in that, yeah. And now you can't even see the Harvard logo on it, bro. It's been washed that many times, yeah. And that's basically Joseph Parker and his skills and his athleticism and his reflexes and his punch resistance, bro. Washed, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, it comes out and he's shrunken and all of that. I swear Joseph Parker's shrinking, bro. Do you know what I mean? He looked like, if you think about that Joe Joyce fight, it looked like man against a boy, bro. He looked tiny in there. He's got very short arms. Um, and yeah, he's just not that guy anymore, man. I mean, at all. And I think even though Wilder's been out of the ring, like when you're a puncher, it doesn't really matter that much. Do you know what I mean? And he seems to be doing a lot of good work. He looks very good on the pads with Malik Scott, teaching him how to box and all of that. So yeah, I mean, listen, if it's a case of both fighters are having a tune-up so that they can then fight each other, I get it, right? Completely get it. You don't want to get either of them beat. Um, but at least Wallin is undefeated, you know what I'm saying? At least like there's some intrigue there. Like Joshua beats him, he'll be the first one to do so. Hang on, I'm talking rubbish. No, I mean Fury beat Wallin, right? So yeah, I mean other than getting beat by Tyson Fury, he's undefeated. But like Joseph Parker's lost a few now. Do you know what I mean? He's lost a good couple, and he's not been looking that great. But listen, still decent, right? Still, yeah, this is the problem with like being a boxing fan that, you know what I mean? When the Saudis come around, give you a double header with Joshua and Wilder on it, like you're still complaining. But and then the other fight on it was supposed to be another, hang on, let me see if I can bring it up. My memory's not quite what it was. Man's getting old, all of them thing there, all of them thing there. But yeah, the other one was supposed to be Dimitri Bivol versus Richard Rivera. I don't know who Richard Rivera is. I'll be honest with you. Richard Rivera sounds like somebody that would be on like one of those. You remember, like, if you, I don't know, looking at the demographics, most of the people that watch these videos are between 35 and onwards, right? But you remember, like, Sunset Beach. Do you remember, like, those shows that used to come on in daytime TV or so, probably like from America, right? And they would just have these like cringy American storylines, and you'd have Richard Rivera, who's like beating out all of the MILFs in the area. Like that's what he sounds like, bro. He sounds like he should be in some kind of American Latino soap opera. But anyway, apparently he's gonna get his head punched in for money by Dimitri Bivol in Saudi Arabia. And to see Bivol, Joshua, and Wilder on the same night would be a big occasion. It absolutely would, And so, yeah. I mean, I'm probably just like stirring the pot for no reason, right? And just right now, having like no, I'm not gonna say that actually. I don't wanna. I was gonna make a political reference, but yeah, let's just keep it boxing. I'm not that much of a view whore. I'm not gonna just like stir the pot for no reason. Um, and so yeah, you got a Russian fighter. You got Deontay Wilder, who's managed by Shelly Finkel. And then you got Anthony Joshua on there against Wallin. And yeah, good to see the whole world like represented in Saudi Arabia. And it's gonna be interesting to see what the curtain closer is, because the rumors are Usyk saying he really wants the Fury fight at the back end of February, right? Which then leaves the door open for the curtain closer, which is at the back end of March. That's when Riyadh season ends. So could we see a situation where we've had the Fury Ngannou fight, we're having this massive card December 23rd, we end up seeing the undisputed fight Fury Usyk towards the end of Feb, and then we could also get a fourth monster card at the end of March, and that could potentially be Wilder Joshua. Now, would those guys get straight back in the ring that quickly? The money's right. If the money's right, if they come out injury free, Joshua's always said he wants to be active, and he's got his 3 fights this year, which he always wanted, and then he's got 3 months to prepare for Wilder, right? And vice versa. I mean, Wilder's always said he doesn't really need to be that active. He only needs the one punch. So if he can deal with Joseph Parker, and then he's got 3 months to prepare for Josh, and then the momentum just keeps on building and building. And yeah, the big question is, where does Francis fit into all this? I mean, my suspicion has always been that Ngannou. I mean, there's talk of Ngannou versus Chisora, right? Potentially that. I think that's going to come a bit too early. I don't think that Ngannou wants to get straight back in that quickly. The guy hasn't had a fight of any description, like MMA or boxing, in the best part of like 2.5 years or so. And yeah, so I don't think he wants to fight Fury and then get straight back in against, the polar opposite style within like 7, 8 weeks. But yeah, I mean, if he is on that card, that's a beast, bro. Could you imagine Joshua, Wilder, Bivol, and Ngannou all on the same card? That would be an absolute mazzoline, right? But I think that Ngannou will probably have his next fight in MMA, just because it would be a strategic error, I think, to lose the mantle as the king of both codes. Like he hasn't fought in MMA since he beat Cyril Gane, and obviously with John Jones out injured at the moment and that Jones Miocic fight being called off, this is a time to steal back the momentum and say, yeah, I'm the Don. I'm the Don in both, right? I'm the man in MMA, I'm the man in boxing. I beat Fury, and now I'm gonna come back and bash somebody's head in MMA, like what, and then come back to boxing. Like just to kind of keep those fans happy. And I think in terms of his own commercial value, if he wants to go and do movies and, sponsorships and whatever, like, I mean, boxing is boxing. Some fighters have mainstream appeal, the vast majority don't, right? But to have both is it's a very unique story. So I think maybe we'll see him fight for the PFL potentially in Saudi Arabia, right? And then we'll see him come back to boxing. Maybe after Fury and Usyk do their little ting. Um, but yeah, what do you guys think, man? Are you happy with it just to see all the fighters out? Because things have been a bit. Other than that, the end of the year is looking a bit quiet. Are you disappointed that they're not just fighting each other? What do you think Ngannou should do next? Do you reckon he should box Chisora? Do you reckon he should come back in MMA? Um, and yeah, man, just appreciate the engagement. Like if you don't mind, talk shit in the comments if you don't mind, and peace.